Welcome back to the London Christmas Tournament Expert Division Weekend Round, hole number 9. Here we're setting up for a sniper bounce-up shot using a Kingslayer type ball, P3, side spin 3 plus, wind 4. I don't see any reason wind 5 wouldn't work. I'm not so sure about wind 3. It should be pretty close, but it's not tested. Wind 4 has been tested. The adjustment for the drive is P3 plus 5% max numbers. We're using 5.8 top spin, 2.5 left spin. 5.8 top, 2.5 left. We're setting up at the top of the 13. All right, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 2/3 of the red ring in the left rough. APOC 7 is 1/3 of the red ring in the left rough, and APOC 8 is red ring touching the left rough. That's all at the top of the plus 13. Again, 5.8 top spin, 2.5 left spin. No curl, but we are playing circle break overpower. All right. Now, there's a couple of different rollouts you can get here. This has been single great safe, both sides. And depending on the wind strength and wind angle you can get a couple of different rollouts, anywhere from 361 to 378. I think I've had here, and all of them put you in range to make this shot. If you get the shorter rollout, you'll be set up in plus yards. If you get the longer rollout, you'll have to count rings back from plus yards to get your slider value. 370 to 375 has been the average. And usually have to count a couple of rings. So for our approach shot, we're setting up the same position every time, and then just adding spin as needed to get the ball guide to do what we want it to do. So first things first, push up until you see the +1, and then count rings back until your blue ring is touching the bunker and the white ring is touching the rough on the bottom. And the number of rings back you are, I'll give you a slider for that. I've got all the way up to 8 rings short. All right. So here I was just slightly over 1 ring. What I do is if it's less than half, I round down. If it's more than half, I round up. All right. Then once you get your starting position, add spin as needed so that the tip of the ball guide is just short of the line in front of the cup. And you want it to be pointing at the center of the cup and looking like this here. So I said A line, it's 2 lines short of the hole, right? You want to either be, you don't want to be touching or crossing the line 2 lines below the hole. You want to be either just short of touching it or touching it, but you don't want to be through it, all right? And then you want it to look like this. Depending on how you see that, to me, that ball guide's coming back around a little bit and it's aimed center cup. That's what center cup looks like to me. Once you get that, the adjustment is P3 plus 10% at slider. Pull this one straight. Couple of caveats. If you're set up in plus yards and you don't have to count rings back to get your slider, then it plays the standard P3 plus 10% at slider. It's no curl, no OP. If you're in between 1 and 4 rings short from being in plus yards, then you're going to minus 0.2 from your adjustment. And if you're between 5 to 8 rings short of the plus yards, then you need to minus 0.4 from your adjustment. You're going to be less club. You're getting less wind push. If you don't remove some of that adjustment, you're going to miss this to the left. So it's a pretty simple shot, pretty consistent. Just make sure you're setting up the same way. Count your rings from the +0. So what I do is I push up until I see the +1. I pull it back just until the +1 goes away. And then I count rings back until the bottom of my white ring is touching and my blue ring is touching. And that gives me my slider value. 8 rings from plus yard is 50% slider. 7 is 53. 6 is 55. 5 rings is 57. 4 is 60. 3 is 63. 2 rings is 65. And 1 ring short of the +0 is 67 slider. +0 is 70. 1 is 72. +2 is 75. +3 is 77. 4 is 80. 5 is 82. 6 is 85. +7 is 87. +8 is 90. 9 is 92. 10 is 95. +11 is 97. And +12 is 100% slider. So that gives you values all the way from 50% to 100% slider. Just don't forget, if you're short of your plus yards between 1 and 4 rings, take 0.2 off your adjustment. If you're between 5 and 8 rings, take 0.4 off of your adjustment. Otherwise, it plays normal, no curl, no OP, pull straight, center your ball, hit perfect, and hopefully you're walking away from hole number 9 with the Albatross. Just a reminder on the drive, no curl, circle break overpower, P3 plus 5% max, 5.8 top, 2.5 left. Good luck.